Marvel Studios' Avengers. Doomsday is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious projects in the MCU's history, and it may finally correct one of Infinity War's most disappointing missed opportunities. As rumors circulate about the film's cast and plot, new reports suggest that Chris Evans could return to the franchise as a reimagined version of Steve Rogers, this time under the long-awaited mantle of Nomad. With filming wrapped and Secret Wars already in early development, Avengers. Doomsday is closer than ever to revealing how the multiverse saga will culminate. Yet even before the marketing campaign begins, fans are buzzing about one thing: how the movie could finally give Captain America the storyline he deserved 7 years ago. Avengers. Doomsday could bring back Chris Evans as Nomad. Chris Evans has repeatedly denied his involvement in Avengers. Doomsday, but leaks and insider reports suggest otherwise. Early cast listings briefly included his name, and several industry insiders now claim Evans will indeed reprise his role, though not as the traditional Captain America. Instead, Doomsday may introduce Steve Rogers as Nomad, a mantle he famously adopts in Marvel Comics when he abandons his patriotic identity after uncovering government corruption. This development would mark a major course correction for the MCU. When Avengers. Infinity War introduced a disillusioned and battle-worn Steve Rogers, fans expected him to take up the Nomad identity. After Civil War, Steve had renounced his allegiance to the U.S. government and the official Avengers, operating in secret with Black Widow and Falcon. His darker suit, shieldless combat, and moral independence all hinted at the transformation. But Infinity War stopped short. He remained Captain America in spirit, never fully embracing the Nomad persona. If Doomsday finally sees Steve adopt the name and ideology of Nomad, it could retroactively enrich his character arc, allowing audiences to see the man behind the symbol, now stripped of his stars and stripes entirely. Why Nomad makes sense for the MCU's next phase. Having Steve Rogers return as Nomad isn't just fan service, it's a logical narrative move. With Sam Wilson now officially recognized as Captain America following the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the upcoming Captain America, Brave New World, it would be counterproductive for both heroes to share the same mantle in Doomsday. By taking on a new identity, Steve could stand alongside Sam as an equal rather than overshadowing him. This would preserve the integrity of Sam's Captain America arc, his struggle for acceptance and leadership, while giving Evans Steve a dignified way to continue fighting without reversing his endgame farewell. Moreover, introducing Nomad opens the door to exploring Steve's personal disillusionment with authority, his evolution as a rogue protector, and his continued role in mentoring younger heroes. It's a mature progression that deepens his legacy without undoing it. A gateway to the return of the original Avengers. The potential Nomad storyline could also serve as a bridge to reunite the original Avengers one last time. Avengers. Doomsday reportedly includes returning heroes from multiple timelines and franchises, with Chris Hemsworth's Thor confirmed and Robert Downey Jr. rumored to appear as Dr. Doom, or perhaps a variant Tony Stark. If Evans returns as Nomad and Mark Ruffalo reprises his role as Bruce Banner, the stage could be set for a nostalgic yet emotionally charged send-off to the original 6 Avengers. Even cameos from Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye or a variant of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow aren't off the table. Doomsday might be Marvel's last opportunity to showcase the team that started it all before Secret Wars resets the timeline for the next generation. Multiversal possibilities, variants, and alternate identities. Of course, this being the multiverse saga, Steve Rogers' return doesn't necessarily mean the original version will reappear. Evans' cameo as Johnny Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine proved that Marvel isn't afraid to blur universe boundaries. Avengers. Doomsday could feature a Nomad or Captain America variant, possibly even a villainous Captain Hydra version of Steve, echoing the controversial comic arc that shocked readers in 2017. Such a twist would allow Evans to experiment with a new side of the character, offering fans something familiar yet refreshingly different. Whether he's a battle-hardened Nomad from another Earth or a morally compromised Steve from a darker universe, the possibilities are endless. The redemption Infinity War never delivered. Ultimately, Avengers. Doomsday could give Steve Rogers the identity shift that Infinity War only hinted at. The Nomad mantle represents independence, rebellion, and moral clarity, qualities that define Steve's essence outside the constraints of a flag. For fans who always wanted to see him step beyond the Captain America label, Doomsday could finally deliver that moment of transformation. If the rumors hold true, Steve Rogers' reemergence as Nomad won't just be a nostalgic return. It'll be a reclamation of narrative potential, a way to honor his character's complexity while passing the shield to the next generation. Avengers. Doomsday releases in theaters on December 18, 2026, promising a multiversal showdown that could reshape the future and legacy of Earth's mightiest heroes.